You updated the resume last Tuesday. Not because you were job hunting, because you needed to know it was there. I let you call that a decision because the moment you believed it, you stopped doing the one thing that could actually hurt me. You stopped checking whether the cut was ever made. You have announced the same goal more than once this year. And every time it felt like progress. Every time the words came out of your mouth, something in your chest settled. Something told you this time was real. Nothing moved. There is a word you keep using, and you have never once honored what it means. The word is decide. You treat it like it means to choose, to select from a menu, to prefer one path over another. That is not what it means. The Latin root is decidere, to cut off, to sever, to kill the alternative. A decision is not a preference. A decision is an execution. You pick the path and you destroy the others. That is the price. That is the verb. Now tell me, name one thing you cut off, one door you closed, one option you severed. You cannot. Because you did not decide. You wished. And a wish, no matter how loud or how public or how sincere it feels in the moment, has no power against me. That is what the word means. But the word is not even where I trap you. I trap you in the moment you told someone else about your decision. And that moment cost you more than you know. You told someone your plan. Maybe it was the group chat. Maybe it was a friend over dinner. Maybe it was the social post with the carefully worded caption. I am starting my own thing. I am finally making the move. This is the year. The room responded exactly the way you needed it to. Support, excitement, respect. Someone said they believed in you. Someone said it was about time. And right there, sitting in that warmth, something inside you relaxed. You felt committed. That was me. I gave you the reward before you earned it. The emotional signature of commitment. The identity of a person who decided. You received recognition, encouragement, a shift in how people saw you, and none of it cost you a single cut. You told people you decided. You did not tell them you also kept every exit propped open. You say telling people holds you accountable. Let me ask you something. How many of the people you told have asked you for an update? And if one of them did right now, what would you actually say? Accountability without structure is just an audience watching you wish. That is not a system. That is a performance. And every time the feeling fades, you find a new audience. You re-announce to a different group 3 months later, and the warmth returns. The same goal, the same words, a fresh hit. Your brain registers progress every time you declare the plan, not because anything moved. Because the social reward circuitry does not distinguish between announcing and achieving. I did not design that flaw. I just use it. That is hypnotic rhythm beginning its work. Not on the commitment, on the performance. But the announcement is not the most dangerous part. The most dangerous part is what you do alone when no one is watching. There is something you call reflection that I call my favorite reset button. And until you see it, the announcement is only half the confession. 3 months after the announcement, something shifts. Not a crisis, just a quiet Tuesday, a moment of doubt. You open the journal or the notes app, and you write the question you have written before. Am I sure about this? You make the pros and cons list. Again, you weigh the options. Again, you talk through the reasoning with yourself, maybe with a friend, maybe with a podcast playing in the background. And by the end of it, you feel better. You feel recommitted, clear. You think that was reflection. That was me resetting the clock. Every time you re-engage with the decision, you experience the novelty of choosing it again. The brain responds to the re-evaluation the same way it responded to the original choice. Engagement, attention, the feeling of movement. But nothing moved. You just restarted. I am exposing a mechanism, not offering therapy. This is a behavioral autopsy, not a prescription. Here is what hypnotic rhythm actually locked. You think it locked your commitment. It did not. It locked the re-evaluation. You became someone who re-chooses. That is the identity that hardened, not the entrepreneur, not the disciplined person, the professional restarter. You have chosen this same goal before. Not once, not twice. You know the number. And each time it felt like the first time. The same excitement, the same clarity, the same journal entry that reads almost identical to the one 6 months ago, because it was the first time. You reset the clock and called it growth. There is a pattern you never set on purpose. January, you recommit. April, something wobbles and you reevaluate. By September, you are choosing the same goal for the third time that year. You have a re-choosing calendar and you never consciously built it. It built itself because I let hypnotic rhythm do what it does. Lock whatever repeats. You have seen the announcement and the reset button. But neither of those is the proof. The proof is physical. It is in your phone, your laptop, your drawer. And when I name it, you will not be able to argue. Because you updated it this month. You keep a resume. Updated. In the cloud. Saved across 2 devices. Not because you are job hunting. You told yourself that already. You keep it because of the feeling it gives you when you know it is there. That feeling is not preparation. That is the exhale. The one that comes after a hard week on the new path. The one where something went wrong or something felt uncertain and you opened the file, scrolled through it, maybe tweaked a line or two. And then you closed it and felt better. You felt like you had options. Like you were being smart. Here is where your other self earns its keep. The other self is the part of you that negotiates with me on your behalf. It does not sound like fear. It does not sound like weakness. It sounds like the most reasonable voice in the room. Everyone needs a plan B. You are not being reckless. It is just smart to keep your options open. That voice is not protecting you. It is protecting me. The backup plan is not yours. It is mine. It is my insurance that you will never fully commit. Every time you check it, you rehearse the exit. Every time you update it, you practice retreat. And the most elegant part is that you defend it. You defend it with the word responsible. You defend it with the word smart. The consent moment was not dramatic. You did not sign a contract. You simply kept the fallback the first time deleting it crossed your mind. That micro decision, that small, not yet, just in case, was the moment you handed control to me. And it felt responsible. That is exactly why it worked. You know exactly which object I am describing, and you updated it within the last 30 days. You have the announcement, the reset button, and the backup. 3 separate habits. But they are not separate. They are one machine. And until you see the machine whole, you will fix one piece and the other 2 will keep running. Announce the goal. Receive the feeling of commitment. Re-choose when doubt surfaces. Receive the feeling of reflection. Check the backup when anxiety spikes. Receive the feeling of safety. 3 loops, 3 rewards, 0 cuts. That is the machine. It produces the feeling of a decided person, and it requires nothing from you except repetition. You get the identity, the social feedback, the emotional experience of commitment. And I get to keep every exit open. This is what a wish looks like when it wears conviction. It looks exactly like a decision from the outside. You use the same words, you feel the same feelings. The people around you see the same person. But structurally, nothing was severed. Nothing was cut off. Nothing was killed. The man who has actually decided does not announce. He does not reevaluate. He does not maintain a fallback. The absence of those behaviors is the proof, not the presence of motivation, not the presence of confidence. The absence of exits. You can see the machine now, but seeing it changes nothing. Hypnotic rhythm does not care what you understand. It cares what you repeat. There is one move tonight that breaks the loop, and it is not the move you think. You have been running the wish machine and calling it commitment. You now know the 3 parts. The announcement that gives you the reward early. The re-choosing that resets the clock. The backup that preserves the exit. One system. One purpose. Keep you feeling decided without ever requiring the cut. There is only one move that converts a wish into a decision. And the word itself already told you what it is: cut. Tonight you do 3 things. First, open your phone and your laptop. Find every backup, fallback, or preserved exit connected to the thing you say you decided. The resume, the savings earmark, the alternate plan, the contact you kept just in case. Screenshot each one. Count them. That number is the distance between your wish and a decision. Second, pick the one you check most often. The one that gives you the most relief when you look at it. That is my favorite. Third, delete it, not archive, not move to a folder, not hide from the home screen. Delete. One cut. Tonight. That is the only verb that converts a wish into a decision. Not plan, not announce, not reflect. Cut. The discomfort you feel after the deletion, the empty space where the relief used to live, that is what definiteness actually feels like. It is not motivation. It is not confidence. It is the silence after the severance. I have no weapon against a person who cuts. I have every weapon against a person who keeps the door open just in case. You know the object. You know the file. You know the name saved in your phone that has no business being there. The question was never whether you are capable. The question is whether you will cut tonight or re-choose this video next month.